I don't know how the Asian critic chick can review terrible comedy after terrible comedy, but honestly, she has more guts than I'll ever have because, dear God, we have a bad one today.
What up, my lovely females? This is your boy Costa, your host for the evening. Behind me is 𝗙𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗶's house. Today is 𝗙𝗵𝗶𝗶's birthday, and this is Project X. Yo.
The character you're seeing trying to act gangsta when in reality he's a complete asshole who ruins his best friend's life on the day of his birthday is my next target for Your Character Sucks. Let's put it this way. I haven't seen a character like Costa that's insulting to me on a religious level since any character played by Adam Sandler. Keep that in the back of your mind, but we will get to that later. Just know that this character is a complete and utter waste of human space and shouldn't be allowed to walk this earth. This character has no idea of what morality is if it bit him in the ass. When it comes to this cruel, sadistic monster's mind, there's only one thing he wants.
Dax, my dick is gonna get so wet tonight.
Excuse me.
Keep in mind that this isn't even a minute into the film, and this character states that the only reason that he's throwing this party is so that he can get laid. Also, the background song, Hey, We Want Some Pussy by Two Live Crew, doesn't do him any benefit. He obviously doesn't care about his best friend because if he did, he wouldn't be throwing this stupid party. Now I know what you're all saying. Danny, if the party never happened, then there would be no movie and you wouldn't have a character to complain about. And you're right. If you like this movie, then you like it, and honestly, I'm glad this movie exists. I'm glad this awful, unfunny comedy exists because it gives me the perfect opportunity for ripping this asshole apart. This character is responsible for everything that happens in this film. His best friend's father's car gets driven into a swimming pool by a midget. Costa is responsible. A kid sneaking up on a family just because the father cares about his family and wanted the party to end hours ago. Costa is responsible. Having the party be advertised on Craigslist. Costa is responsible. Did I forget to mention forcing his best friend to do drugs and ruining his love life by forcing him to get laid by the hottest girl in school instead of finally hooking up with the girl of his dreams? Another problem I have with this character is his dialogue. Let's put it this way. Every other line that comes out of this character's mouth is a homophobic slur, him mentioning how much pussy he fucks or wants to fuck, or is an insult to his friends. Don't believe me? Take a listen.
The whole idea behind tonight is to get these bitches to recognize us as large-scale ballers. Back in Queens, I had hoes blowing me on the reg. Then I started hanging out with you two. Zero.
And that one scene is an example of his dialogue throughout the entire course of this film. I love how this film likes to make Rob the neighbor, whose only crime was telling the boys that the party is over, just because he had a baby at home trying to sleep and who actually cares about his family, as the bad guy, and Costa, an asshole who ruined his friend's love life, has homophobic slurs come out of his mouth every 5 seconds, doesn't know what morality is if it bit him in the ass, and who feels no mercy for his actions as the good guy. I also love how Todd Phillips, the director of the Hangover trilogy, was responsible for the film's production. So yeah, Christine, if you want to know why Todd Phillips lost his way around the time of the third Hangover film, you can blame being the producer of this film. And if you want to know when he lost his way, the exact day is March 2nd, 2012, when this film was released at theaters. And before any of you ask, yes, I did see the bad movie beatdown of this review. Film Brain was too merciful. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in his review, Matthew Buck kept track of every time Costa fucked up the Screw Coast account. The final number was 13. Trust me when I can say I found 2 more in the extended cut.
Is there a problem here, officers?
We have a noise complaint.
You mind if we look around?
I prefer if you didn't.
We're not asking.
Excuse me, officers. I'm not a lawyer or anything. Doesn't the law state that you cannot enter through a private residence without permission?
There's number 1. Not allowing the police to search his best friend's house despite numerous reports of noise complaints from several neighbors. Now, I know there are search and seizure laws that states that if you don't have permission without a warrant, you are not allowed to search a person's house. But I don't care. This is one of the few times where breaking the law would be legitimate, especially if there are noise reports from several neighbors and one of them had a sleeping baby at home. It's a matter of common courtesy. And because the police decide that Costa is persuasive enough to use the law against them, Thomas's house gets destroyed, and the peace of the neighborhood has been disturbed. But that's not what bothers me about this scene. Remember what I told you to keep at the back of your mind at the start of the review? How I haven't seen a character like Costa that was insulting to my religion since Adam Sandler? Well, Here's number 2.
Is there an adult here we might speak with?
You're speaking with one. I'm 18 and a half years old, sir. And of course, in my culture, I've been a man since my 13th birthday.
So wait, you're telling me that Costa was bar mitzvahed? You realize that in the Jewish culture, having a bar mitzvah means you are taking your first steps into responsibility, correct? I fail to see how an asshole who ruins his best friend's love life, uses homophobic slurs almost every 5 seconds, only cares about getting laid, and has no remorse for what he did as a responsible adult. Costa, the Jewish people have had enough trouble in our history. There are already negative stereotypes of us, such as how we only care about money. It's because of these stereotypes that the Holocaust happened. You acting like an irresponsible asshole is doing us no benefit. I'm not gonna lie, him mentioning he was an adult since he was 13 made me want to strangle myself with my own hands. It made me ashamed of my religion more than any of Adam Sandler's shitty-ass comedies have ever done. In my defense, I never saw Jack and Jill and I don't plan on it. The only thing that's preventing me from raising my voice any louder is the fact that I don't want my family to think I'm a madman. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Costa is the worst character I have ever reviewed, even worse than Warren Mears. Don't get me wrong, I still loathe Warren, and killing Tara was unforgivable. But at least we knew that he was the bad guy. Looking back at my original review of him, I stand by everything that I said, and I don't regret saying any of it, but I never thought I'd see the day when someone else would steal the spotlight. As much as I despise Warren, at least the creators of Buffy realized that he was the bad guy and that we should never cheer for him. And at least he died, though it will still never bring Tara back. The entire time I watched Project X, it made me realize that morality means nothing to this character, and the fact that we're supposed to cheer for an unlikable asshole who ruined his friend's love life, only cares about, to quote Costa's, fucking a bitch of big titties, and gets off scot-free for his actions despite being responsible for everything that happened in the film, is insulting. Never have I seen a character so unlikable that it makes you question if morality was a lie the entire time. The biggest middle finger for this film was the ending, where Costas not only learned nothing, but is willing to throw yet another party despite the damages he caused to his friend's house.
Okay, I was thinking more along the lines of an apology. Would you like to apologize?
I got a better idea. How about I invite you to my next party?
What?
Yeah, you heard me, sugar tits. Just make sure you wear something tight.
By that point, hatred was the kind word for what I felt towards this character. Throwing the fact that he was unwilling to apologize for his actions is enough for him to be torn apart on your character sucks. Thank you all for watching.